social media has been thrown for a loop, then you are in the right place. And I want to tell you, I have never been more prepared for a video and had more of a crazy disaster trying to get started. So if you're watching this and you've never met me before, if we've never met, if we've never connected, my name is Molly Mahoney. I'm so glad to be here with you today. And right as I was getting ready to go live, I had all of this magic, like some really cool slides that I created for today's training. I had all this stuff ready to go. And right as I was getting ready to click that button, all sorts of things literally inside my office decided to spontaneously combust. So without my knowledge, there were actual humans outside of my window trimming trees with the loudest chainsaws I've ever heard. And my air conditioner in my office has been broken, and they came to fix it at 8 o'clock. And I kept saying, I have a show at 9, I have a show at 9, I have a show at 9, I have a show at 9. And then literally at 8:50, there was no apparent realization that anyone was going to be out of my office at 9 o'clock. So at 8:50, I decided to unplug everything, and I am dripping in sweat now because I have been running up and down the stairs. This actually looks kind of cute as a background, though. I probably should do all my videos here. So then, and this is exactly what I tell you not to do when you're doing a video. Don't go and do a whole big story, but I'm going to tell you the story and break all of my rules right now. So then I'm running up and down the stairs because I had to unplug my mic. I had to plug my camera. If you've seen any of my posts on my personal profile recently, you know I have this whole new set with like a big, amazing monitor and this new M1 Mac. And I had all of these slides that I had created for today's show. They're all there, ready to go. And there was no way I could actually do my video in my office. So I'm running up and down the stairs. I don't have an extension cord down here. I'm getting all these things set up, and eventually it's 9:05 and my computer will not turn on. Like, let me see if I can do it now. So I'm using Olivia's computer. So I still don't have any of my slides, which I put on this other computer, and I do not understand why it's not charging. Like, it's just not turning on. So it's a good thing that I actually already wrote all of the show notes for today's show. And even if I don't have slides, it doesn't matter. I had made, oh my gosh, it just turned on. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. With the magic of Be Live, I'm gonna be able to switch to my other computer, bring you the magic of my glorious slides that I created for you. I also already have show notes ready for you today. We are going to be sharing 9 essentials for your social media strategy. And I'm going to hop behind this computer to type into my other computer so that, look at this. I'm just going to use 2 computers at the same time. Okay, this is going to be magic. And you're seeing into my living room. It's like amazing. The only problem is, can you see how sweaty I am? Because I got some really good exercise in running up and down the stairs. Oh my gosh, it's on. The computer is on. And I would not have been able to do any of this if Be Live was not browser-based. But because Be Live is browser-based, I was able to jump into this broadcast from Olivia's computer. So look at that. Thank you, Olivia. Also, the slides that I was planning on using are not browser-based. And there is just another reason to use Be Live. So let's just talk about how much I love Be Live. And this is just proving to me why I keep things easy rather than trying to do things that are all fancy, because you never know what's going to happen with live video. Also, speaking of Be Live, I hadn't turned the other computer on since last night, actually, Mark. I gave it a whole evening to sleep. But speaking of Be Live, if you go to the link that I just shared in the chat, which is, here we go. Oh my gosh, hold on, it's going too fast. thepreparedperformer.com/Be Live. And if you use the code Molly, you can get 30% off of your annual subscription with Be Live, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, Victoria says I would look way more disheveled if I had a morning like yours. So, I mean, this is also why it's so great that I have the experience that I do as a professional musical theater performer, because I mean, when I did 42nd Street, every time I stepped on stage, I had just literally run in 40 laps and changed codes and all this. Oh, the other thing is I was going to try and use the green screen app, like the camera app that I have, to block out the background while they were there, but I had giant green earrings on, and then those were like looking invisible. So every solution that I tried, I'm doing this. Keith is visiting us from the high seas. He says now throw a 60-foot catamaran pitching and yawning in the high seas into the mix. Seriously. All right. Okay. So we're here. This is going to be awesome. I am bringing up my, you're going to see me set this up. So what I'm actually going to do is I created all these slides in the app yesterday, and they're real cool. So all of my stuff is already prepared in there. We're going to mix that with the magic of Be Live, which I love to do. And make sure that you give us the word remind me, all one word, below this video, because if you're watching this in the right place on our business page, you may actually get a message from our little messenger bot who will give you a chance to be reminded next time we go live. Oh my gosh, Anne, thank you so much. She says, I love that lip color. Do you know, I am so obsessed with it. It's Lip Sense. It's called Purple Rain, and they discontinued it, and I bought 10 of them because I was so like, this has to actually happen in my life. Okay. All right. I also want to know, as I'm pulling these up and you're being so amazing with me on this, I would like to know, let me make sure this is going to work. It's totally going to work. Hooray. Okay. I would love to know, what is it that you offer in your business? Because if you can share that with me, then I can gear this whole training. There's 9 essentials that we're going to go over, and it's going to be real awesome. So let me know in the chat what it is that you offer in your business. And I am going to mute myself for just a second while I join over on Be Live from this other computer. It's going to be perfect. Okay, so here we go. I love it. Let me know in the chat what it is that you offer. Hooray. Children's clothing, toys, and books. So good. Do you know my children's book is going to be coming out soon? Oh my gosh, it's actually all finished. I just have a few little edits that I need to submit, and it's going to be good to go. Okay, muting myself. Okay, am I back now? I may have just broken the internet. I'm just going to refresh. I can't believe we were able to do this. Am I using my camera? I don't know what I'm using. Okay, so you're going to get to see the whole setup. It's going to be amazing. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Okay, and let's see, what camera am I actually looking into? That one. So we're just not going to use my external camera. It's going to be perfect. Okay, check it out. So what we're going to do is I am actually going to start straight from the beginning as if this is the beginning of the show. So that was basically like a full countdown for everyone to have the time to be able to join us. We're going to make sure that my mic is connected. And let me see. It's not Be Live. Change that. So now my lovely mic, is it plugged in? Nope. Okay. Can you hear me? Is that lovely and wonderful? Are we all plugged in? Man. All right. Let's see what we got here. This is so awesome. Thank you. Totally. Learning to duplicate your money. I love it. Okay, so can we just talk about how Be Live allowed us to totally make that transition, which was so cool. I mean, like super cool. Hey, and then watch this. I'm going to totally bend time and space, and I am going to change my camera angle. Are you ready? I'm going to select. Oh! Okay, let's do some little presets on this. That may be a little too crazy. The colors might be too bananas, but we'll just see what happens. Okay,
Are you there? Are you ready? What I can do with this new camera is that I can actually put it behind the camera is hanging on this little plexiglass thing that allows it to sit right in the middle of my computer screen. So when I look at my slides, I'm actually looking straight at you. Is that weird and cool? I think it's kind of weird and cool. All right. So now that we have, you know what? On my computer, my eyeglasses app doesn't have white balance, but on here it does. And I could do that manually if I wanted to, maybe. Should we play with the white balance? Okay, no, let's just go back to auto. Okay, we're gonna jump into this. So this is 9 essentials for your organic social media marketing. And what I wanna do is I'm gonna move this a little to the side. There we go, okay. I wanna talk about organic marketing in general. Like, what is it? Why is it important that we follow some of these strategies, these key essential pieces that most people miss? And if you have realized that recently your organic reach has dropped, especially on business pages, you're not alone. What I found super interesting is there's some places where my organic reach has gone up, like way, way up. And then there's other places where it's gone, down. It's kind of twisting and turning. And with all of that in mind, what we have to do is we have to remember these tools that we're using, these social media tools that we're using, they are exactly that. They're tools. They're not the thing that is foundational, that has always been there, that's going to make this work forever, right? We're going to find that these tools come and go. They work different ways. They change, they ebb and they flow. And so we have to make sure that we have these essentials underneath all of this. And it is so cool. If you guys, I see that there's some questions about my camera, so I'll put a little link in here. If you go to molly.live/plexicam, I'm putting it in the chat. molly.live/plexicam, it'll take you to it. And it's actually, I would show it to you, but I'd have to move the camera in order to do that. So it's actually pretty dang cool. And what it does is you can attach any camera onto it. So I just have the C920 on it, and it's allowing me to, it hangs my camera over my computer. So you can use your computer as a teleprompter, which is so neat. I've realized I've been using it more on my bigger monitor. So I have it up a little bit higher, and that way the camera angle's a little bit better, because I don't like to do my videos like this. The camera angle's a little bit better when I move it up higher. But because of all the crazy that happened this morning, I'm sitting at my kitchen table and I don't have my normal setup, my lights and all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's super cool. Yeah, it is crazy. Actually, you know what I could do? Also, with the magic of Be Live, I can go straight into the media section inside Be Live, and I can pull up photos that I've posted on Facebook. So if I just go straight to my mobile uploads on Facebook, dude, this is so cool. All right, Be Live, you're proving to me how cool you are. I can add this image into my show here. I just clicked on it. I'm clicking add image and it's not working. It's trying to trick me. All right, so I'm gonna grab this image and I'm gonna show it to you, because before we jump into all the goodness of the 9 essentials, I'm just gonna show you this studio setup so you can see what it's supposed to look like, and you can actually see this new camera that I've been using. It's pretty dang awesome. So I'm just gonna screen share it with you actually. Ready? I am going to save the image and bring it in like I said originally. Set, here we go. I'm gonna bring it in, but now the only thing that's weird is like the camera's right here, so I can't always see what's behind it because it's like in my, oh, it did already bring it in. Geez, Mahoney, just have some patience, okay? So this is my whole set. And if you look really closely, you can see right above my computer screen on the left-hand side, that plastic thing that's hanging down, that is my camera. So I can move it anywhere across my monitor. And then when I'm looking at my screen, I mean, think about this for Zoom, like making that eye-to-eye contact. It's so cool because when you're using it, let me see what happens if I go solo. Can you see it a little bit better? So I know it's probably really tiny, but if you if you see that little teeny tiny plastic thing that's hanging down right there, that is the PlexiCam, and it allows you to put your camera right over your computer screen. You can also use it on an iPad and then use your iPad as a teleprompter if that's something that you want to do, which is so cool. I'm busting out all the fancy things today. Yeah, Carla says she ordered one this morning. It's so cool. And you know how I learned about it? Just from paying attention in Facebook groups. By paying attention to people's questions in groups, you can learn so much. Okay, let's get this, let's officially get this show on the road. Thank you so much for navigating all of the crazy that I experienced this morning. And we're going to watch my bangs turn into a disaster because I ran up and down my stairs 15 times. All right, so we're going to be covering 9 essentials for your organic social media marketing. If you want the show notes from today, I've actually already written all them up. They will be put into a lovely organized thing for you if you give us the word remind me, all one word below, and we'll get those over to you. They should be ready very soon, very soon. They're already written. Oh, and I have a surprise for you. I have a little gift for you, which is if you comment with the word nuggets, the hashtag nuggets below this video, then you'll be entered to win a selfie light, which will be so cool. And we'll actually send the selfie light in the mail. So one of you at the end of this training today, we're going to pick one of you to win a selfie light. I'm really excited about my slides. That's why I had to run up and down the stairs so many times to make this work. Oh, what is happening? I know. It's like crazy, right? So I'm using as a virtual camera today, and I put all of my slides in here, prepared them ahead of time so that I could have this whole fun slideshow presentation for you. Okay, the first thing is, if you want to up your organic reach, you have to know who your ideal client is, who your ideal community member is. And this is something that I know we talk about all the time, and I know you probably don't actually do the homework on it. So here is your assignment. Today, I am giving you actionable steps. This is going to be like a little sliver of what we do in our GLAM program, where we have implementation calls. It's not just about teaching you theory. It's about actually getting you to actually stay in action and do the work. And if you're in GLAM, give us a GLAM fam in the chat because I am so grateful for you. Okay. Here is your assignment number 1. When it comes to knowing your ideal client, I want you to pick 3 human beings, actual human beings. Pick the actual humans, okay? And then you're going to write down their name. And then I want you to write their personal attributes, things about themselves that you know about them as humans. Like I'm going to pick Stephanie. Stephanie's here. Where'd you go? Stephanie Holvick, who is amazing. She's brilliant, just so you know, and has amazing videos. And she can also help you with your esthetician needs if you have those types of needs. And Stephanie, I have all these things that I know about Stephanie as a human. I know that she loves golfing. I know that she wants to spend time with her family, right? I know that she loves being at events and like having fun and meeting people. And she was here in my house and she brought her skin tag removing machine, and in my kitchen, she sat at this very table, and in my kitchen, she was removing skin tags off GLAM members. And I was like, what is happening? So she's like out there, she's fun, she's spunky. During the pandemic, she did a video with a Flowbee. I don't even know where she got the Flowbee, but there's all of these things about her as a human that I can write down and celebrate, right? And it's why Stephanie is one of our ideal clients, because she's like the best ever. So those are the things about her personal attributes. Then I'm going to move to the next step, which is her professional attributes. So again, I can tell you about Stephanie. She is a total bad, amazing businesswoman, right? She's hit 7 figures in her business 2 years in a row since she joined our program, which is so cool. And Stephanie, I know you've shared that publicly, but hopefully it's okay that I'm like fully celebrating you, and hopefully you will still show up on our videos because I did not tell you I was going to do that. She follows the rules. She shows up and does the things. So she's not sitting back on the sideline. And I'm going to write all these things down in a document. And guess what? I have a document, and Stephanie has actually written in this document as a team. We wrote all the things that we love about Stephanie, about her personal attributes, her professional attributes, about her struggles, what's maybe hard for her in growing her business, or just in life in general. And then also about the things that she aspires to. She is such an amazing inspiration. Elizabeth, hello. She's such an amazing inspiration when it comes to setting work-life balance. And those are the types of people that we want to work with. Now, I don't just stick with Stephanie. I moved down from there, and I have other people that I've mentioned on this list that we have. So you may know Laura Reich. Laura Reich is another one of our amazing clients who is totally different than Stephanie. She's also a mom, but she has a brand new baby. She's a young mom, right? She's a new mom who has a brand new baby. And so there's a whole different set of struggles that she's going to have when it comes to building her business. She's not helping estheticians. Maybe she could, but she has a Pinterest business. So I'm going to write down her personal attributions and then her professional attributions. And then I'm going to write down her struggles. What does she struggle with? And then I'm going to write down her goals and aspirations. Just those 4 questions can be a great way to get started when you're looking at your ideal client, to really identify who they are, so that when you write your organic copy, you're speaking to them. When you do your videos, you're starting your video connecting with that human being. Okay, and then we can go down the list of, we have other ideal clients that we've done on this list, but you always want to start with at least 3 of them to make sure that you really know them. Okay, there you go. Keep the nuggets coming. Keep the nuggets coming. I love it. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the next little slide here. Watch this as I turn them back on. Are you ready? Do I know how to use them? The next slide is, what makes you a uniquely awesome human? What makes you a uniquely awesome human? And if you haven't done our Quesadilla of Awesome exercise, I'm not going to go through it right now, but if you get the show notes, all you have to do is drop the word remind me below. If you get the show notes, inside the show notes, we'll have a link so that you can go through the Quesadilla of Awesome exercise. Now, I don't care if you are Sarah Blakely selling Spanx or Steve Jobs selling computers, knowing who that person is behind the business has become more and more important than ever before. And if you want to weave who you are into your business, into your content, guess what? You have to know you. You have to know you. How can you expect a social media manager to come in and do this work for you without actually knowing you? We recently started working with someone on our team to help with some copywriting stuff, not Jarvis, even though we love Jarvis. But we recently started working with someone on our team for that. And I loved the onboarding process because he asked me questions about me as a human. And I was like, this is so in line with what we do, because how can you help to create content coming from the voice of a human if you don't actually know that human? And if you're the one creating the content, there's a good chance that you might not actually know you. So you've got to know you as well. I love it so much. Elizabeth, wait, we have to highlight this for a second. Liz said, ooh, those slides are so fancy. So if you missed the beginning of this video, you know, my air conditioner's been broken. Well, they came to fix it at 8, and at 8:55, they were still in there with ladders, and I kind of had a little minor freak out. Also, they started trimming the trees on the balcony directly at 8:55. So I scrambled like a crazy person so that I could still use my slides, and moved everything down here to the kitchen table, which turns out looks pretty cool. So there you go. These slides I'm actually using as a virtual camera through Be Live, which is so cool. So what I can do is I can still bring up, and if you're listening to this in the podcast, this is just a reminder that you should join us on the live video, because then you can actually see what I'm talking about. But what's really cool is I can do things like this while I have these slides on the screen. I can get so multi-dimensional and have my little crawler going on the bottom. It's pretty dang awesome, I think. So, and if you want information about how to use with Be Live, we actually did a whole show here with Be Live, which we love so much. And that allowed me to be able, we did a whole show with my sister, who is the social media manager at and it was awesome. So just write the words. This is how you spell it. This is the name of the tool. I'm putting it up on the screen in just one sec. The name of the tool is Look, this. That's the name of the tool. So just write that in the chat, and then I can get you that video that we did about how to use it with Be Live, because it's really cool. Okay, And you can have it all prepared ahead of time as a true prepared performer. All right, so you got to know who you are. If I had all this crazy disaster happen with my video, and honestly, like, maybe I was being a little diva-ish because I was like, I said I had a show at 9 o'clock. Like, what is happening? I can't do this. And I was like running up and down the stairs like a crazy person. If I wasn't confident in who I am as a human, I probably would have had a harder time starting this video. But because I have done this work, and I know being a little goofy and off kilter is part of my magic, right? And I'm missing my big earrings because I was trying to use a green screen and the earrings were green and they got filtered out. So I'm here. It's okay. All right, next, you got to nail down your value statement. Now, what is a value statement? So I am actually going to put in the chat, and this is all going to be in the show notes. So make sure you give us the word remind me below so that you can get access to the show notes. But I'm actually going to put in the chat what our value statement is, because it is very important. Now, I'm pulling this value statement directly from our coaching programs. And so if you are in our Camera Confidence program, or you are in, I'm going to make a slide with this value statement on it. How about that? That'll be really great. And I'm going to do that while I'm here. I'm just going to add another little slide in. So can I do that? I think I can. Oh, I totally can. This is going to be so cool. Dude, look what I just did. Ready? Oh, wow. Okay, this is your value statement. I help or support this type of person to do this type of thing so they can blah, blah, blah without yada, yada, yada. We do this using our blah, blah, blah method or framework, right? This value statement is something that you want to practice saying again and again and again. And then when you go to create your organic content, you're going to be pulling pieces from this value statement and weaving it through everything that you're creating. So like this morning, I was actually working on the show notes for next week's video because I'm a prepared performer. And next week, we're going to be doing a video about how to make GIFs and how to make GIFs that are searchable on Instagram, on Facebook, how to make a branded Giphy account. We had a GIF that hit a reach of 1 million, not 1 million. We had a video that hit a reach of 1 million. I get so used to saying that. We had a GIF that had a reach, it was shared like 70,000 times, which I think is so crazy. And I'm going to try and bring this GIF up for you right now as a slide. I'm going to show it to you. I can actually search the GIF on, watch, I'm going to search Molly Mahoney. Nope. And it should show up. Oh, it doesn't show up. Oh my gosh. Hold on. That does not work, is what the GIF was. Huh, weird. Anyway, it was shared over 70,000 times. I'm just going to use this instead because I think it's funny. Ready? Watch. Stop! Oh my gosh, I cannot be trusted with this. Okay, so this, I was doing this training about GIFs, and what I did was I brought in my value statement into the text that I'm using. The more that you can reiterate who it is that you serve, what transformation you provide for them, and how you do it, the better. So I'm going to give you this example. And remember, this is going to be foundational. This is a key element that goes into your organic social. It is foundational. This is our, what is this? Is our third tip out of the 9. Let me count. Okay, so third tip out of the 9. And I'm just going to practice mine for you. And I'm going to say it right now. And I don't actually say I say we, because I look to empower our amazing team, some of which are here today. So I say we at The Prepared Performer, we support experts and entrepreneurs to grow and monetize their visibility so they can turn their message into a revenue-generating movement without being overwhelmed by the craziness of tech and social media changes. We do this using our Glam, Go Live, and Monetize framework and our Map to Millions, which allowed us to hit a reach of 1 million organically. Would you like to do this too? Okay, so I have gotten in the habit of saying that statement again and again and again and again and again when I introduce myself, that now it's like ingrained in my being, right? And that's what you want to do. Okay. Yes, Nancy says, I love when you search go live and the gift search you come up. It's really good. Okay, so good to see you. All right, so we're moving on to our next slide. This is our value statement. You want to nail that down and put it to memory. Put it everywhere. Make sure that your team knows what it is too. Okay, then you want to know your social media business objective and set a clear goal. A lot of people, when they go to create their organic social media strategies, they are not thinking about, they fall into one of two problems. One is they think way too much about the sale, and they don't actually look at the fact that we want to build relationships and have people, and gain visibility in addition to making a sale. The other is they think only about the visibility and they forget about the actual sale. So we have to have a really healthy balance of both. And I remember years ago talking to one of my best friends, Rachel Peterson, about a post that she had that went viral. And she has this little viral content formula. And one of the pieces that she mentions in this viral content formula is, if you have your call to action, your business, your brand all over every piece of content, there's a chance that people may not share it. So the post that went viral for her was a picture of her wedding ring and the story about her wedding ring. And it wasn't branded, right? It didn't say Rachel Media, social media, or Rachel Media, that's funny. Rachel Peterson, social media, blah, blah, blah. But it got shared so many times that it was picked up by local news organizations. It had this huge viral reach. And then once you build those relationships, you can come back in and you can lead people towards your objective or your goal. So before we get into how to get that content in place that leads towards your objective or goal, you have to actually set your objective or goal and be clear about it, right? And let your whole team know what it is. And not only a goal, like for us, we set a goal to help 8,888 people to be able to turn their message into a revenue generating movement. And that's a big, awesome goal. And underneath it, we have smaller micro goals. So what's your goal like for your Facebook group? If you're putting out organic content in your Facebook group, what's the objective of that? Most people just focus on getting more people into their group. I am the opposite of that. Sometimes I worry we actually have too many people in our group. We just hit 8,000, which I was so excited about. And sometimes I feel, even though we have a team, there's so many people there, it's hard to really follow up with everyone, right? We have this analogy of, it's like we open this bottle of social media champagne and then now there's champagne all over the floor. We got to scoop it back in so that we can enjoy the delicious bubbles. So as long as you have your clear objective and your goal set, then we can help you to be able to structure the content so it leads to that goal, right? And in our GLAM program, we have a really cool exercise called the GLAM Money Map Messaging, where you're setting your specific goal at every touch point of your business so that there's a clear client journey as people are moving through. So we don't have time to go into all of these things. If you want more information on how to get support to do that, reach out, send me a message. I'll point you in the right direction. Or comment below, let me know. Okay, so setting your business goal. What's the goal? What do you want out of your social media strategies? All right, the next thing is create and optimize your profile on your social media marketing platforms. Now, let's get for real about this, because I'm telling you, so many people are not thinking about this strategically. They're not using their accounts, their platforms as a calling card. It's actually like a funnel. So if I were to screen share and actually, oh my gosh, this could be really cool. Let's see if I can do it. I'm going to screen share my personal profile on my page, my Facebook account, sorry, my Facebook personal profile. And what I want to be really clear about is that the Book of Faces has told us that they don't want us to use our personal profile strictly for business. So you do have to be careful. You don't want to only use your profile. And with all of these platforms in general, we have to remember that we don't own these platforms. So you don't want to base everything specifically only on these social media platforms, right? We want to be getting people off of the platform and make sure that we're getting email addresses and things like that. That being said, we want to optimize the platform so that we can lead people in the right direction on the client journey. So let's see what happens when I do this. Is that cool, or is that cool? Or is it weird? I don't actually know. I think it may be weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it. Hold on. New preset from this slide. Okay, so I'm going to change this and let's make it like that. So you're just going to look at this right now. Okay, so this is my profile right here. And what you can see with me behind it, what you can see on this profile, what if I was to do this? Oh, that looks weird. Cool. How about if I do this now? Oh, there I am in the bottom corner. Okay. Okay, so here I am at the bottom corner. So this is my social media, my Facebook profile, right? So if you scroll up to the top, what you see is I have optimized this profile to move people to the next step. So I'm not at the very top being like, buy my stuff, join Camera Confidence, join Glam, buy Be Live. At the very top, I have like, here, I'm a mom and these are my kids and they're the most important thing to me, right? Then you can see here, my profile, usually I suggest that you have just your solo face because your face is more important than your logo. And my grandma passed away recently, so I have a picture of my grandma here. And here on the side, you can see that I'm using my bio, I'm using this whole thing here as a way to elevate my authority. So when you hover over this, it says Camera Confidence. And what does this do? It leads to our Camera Confidence program. When you scroll down here, it leads to my business page, right? You've got all of these different things on here that show you my authority. It shows you why you can trust me. So if you're stalking me on social media, you can find all of this, right? And thank you for the nuggets, Nika, by the way. I like these nuggets. Okay, as you're scrolling down, you see all of this. You see I have my other platforms linked that I'm on, right? I have my Facebook group. I have these things. I have these highlights where you can learn more about what we're offering. That being said, it's not solely business focused. I'm really working to mix like an 80-20 between personal being 80% of what I'm doing here and 20% being business. And the goal organically is to move people from my personal profile towards my business page, but I'm optimizing the profile. So you can see another thing here, my pinned post, which you can now do on a personal profile, that is new. My pinned post here, this post about our free monthly content club, if you're not a part of it, why not? This here is a really awesome, valuable thing for people to be able to learn from and also move to working with us at either free or for a really, really low cost if they don't meet the criteria. You come down, this is like behind the scenes of my office, right? You can see my husband and I are going to a show. You can see family stuff. It's a good mix between family and business, right? It's not all business. Now look at this one. If you look at this, and I hope this is helpful. Is this helpful for me to show you more behind the scenes? If it is, just say helpful or give me a hashtag nugget. This post here is very strategically set up to connect with people who may be a good fit to work with us. Now, this is bananas, and we have 545 comments on this post, which is not normal for me. But what I'm doing is I am listening to my ideal client. If they are telling me they're confused about something or overwhelmed about a change, I know it's something that other people who are like them are going to be confused and overwhelmed about. I am listening to what my superpowers are, because that was the second tip that we gave you here today, right? My superpowers are that I am going to help you to be able to navigate the social media cuckoo-ness with ease and fun, right? And I'm going to keep you on top of the changes. And that's what I'm saying here. I'm talking about these changes. And in my obsession to stay ahead of the curve for our members, I created this new secret way to do this thing. Do you want us to send it to you if we do it? All of these people have commented saying they want us to send this to them. And now my team is working at getting back to people. I recorded a little video to help people figure out this trick, right? Okay, so this is an example of how you want to optimize your personal profile for social media organic reach. Here I've got life events. You can see that I'm working with Be Live. I'm here right now today with Be Live, our favorite tool for going live. You can see all these things here. Now you want to do that not just for your personal profile, but also for your Instagram. You want to do this, and it's going to be different with each of these profiles, right? Each of these different tools. Let's see what I can do here if I go slides off. Now I'm just a little bubble in the bottom of the room. I want to be in the room where it happens. Hopefully I can change that when I get to our next tip. Watch. Can I make it bigger? Whoa. Okay. I obviously don't really know how to use this tool, but I think it's super cool. This tool is super cool. Okay, so now from this point, you've optimized whatever platforms your ideal client is on. Those are the ones you want to optimize. So just get the profile set so that it's leading people towards the next step. All right, next tip, and we are back in our room. The next tip is that you want to connect with other businesses and brands in your niche. There are a million ways that you can do this. The easiest way to do it is just to follow them. Okay, just like follow them. This is tip number 7. Connect with other brands and businesses in your niche. If you don't know what other brands and businesses are in your niche, here's a great tip. Go back to the people that you wrote as your ideal clients. Stephanie, Laura, there's other millions of people that I love that we work with. If I go to those people, I'm going to ask them, hey, when it comes to, we help them with video, social media, being humans who talk to other humans. Who else are you following? Who else do you love? Then I'm going to go follow those people. I'm going to go follow those tools that they're using. I'm going to go follow those brands. From my Instagram account, I'm going to follow them. From my business page, I'm going to follow them. From my personal profile, I'm going to follow them. On all these different, on LinkedIn, whatever it is, TikTok, I'm going to follow those brands and do some market research. In addition to doing the market research, there's one other thing that I've noticed a lot of people don't do. Even if they know it's a good idea, they don't do it. And it is the biggest missed opportunity, hands down. It's the next slide. It is also when you come into our GLAM program, for example, the first thing that we have you do is fill out this document. It's called your Content to Clients document. It gets all of the business foundations in place. So we go through it with you together. Over your first month, we like really dive into the foundations, the solid foundations in your business. So we get all that set. Then from there, the next 2 things that we tell you to do are your daily tasks. The daily tasks are this. The first is you tap into your vision. You're like, whoa, I want something more, right? You're going to tap into your vision. The next thing that we have you do after you do this calendar compass exercise, this morning routine, is what I'm about to show you right now. We call it your daily star tasks. It is 100% the biggest needle moving factor in your organic social. Are you ready for it? The next thing is you set a daily practice of networking and engaging with niche brands online. Now, what do I mean by that? All those pages that you followed, you go engage there. The groups that you join, because other people in your community, your ideal clients are in those groups, you go show up and engage there. Your ideal clients, you use friends lists to make sure that you're engaging with your ideal clients. This is all a part of a framework that we have called the social triangle. The social triangle was just featured in Jay Abraham's new book. There are 7 chapters. Chapter number 7 is me. Jay Abraham and Rich Sheffrin wrote a brand new book called Getting Everything You Can Out of All That's Hot Online. And I'm the only woman in the book, and I'm chapter 7. And it's all about the social triangle because this is more important than anything else. You got to get your foundations in place, and then you have to do this. So if you want more tips on how to do this, let me know. This is really the gold mine. And we have a full step-by-step guide on exactly how to set it up so that it's not overwhelming. It's just like a part of your daily practice. It's a habit that you form. So good, so good. Keith, I love your comments. He says, I love your sustained enthusiasm, which comes from intimate knowledge. Because I'm still obsessed with this stuff because it's so good. It's so good. All right, that's tip number 7.5. I decided to add a little bonus tip in there. Let's get to the next one, which is create a strategic organic social media marketing plan. Now, as a part of these key essentials, we are almost out of time, so I don't have time to go over this full in-depth thing. But here's the thing. You want to make sure that as a part of your organic content plan, you are Staying balanced. So we have a framework that keeps you, it's the SHAPE framework is what we call it. And it's creating star posts that really celebrate you as the authority. It gives you that extra boost of awesomeness in your star posts. We also have human connection posts. That's what the H is for, the human connection. And making sure that you're not just only posting things about how awesome you are, because that would get really annoying and old. The human connection posts are things where maybe you admit that you had a freak out this morning because there were men in your office and you couldn't start your video, right? Then the next one is your action post. So that's what we're doing right now. Your action post is where you show up, you create one major piece of content that then turns into lots of little pieces of content. So this video that we're doing right here will instantly become a blog post, will instantly become quote cards, will become little mini videos that are repurposed all over for all of our social media content. So that action post is huge, and you do it every single week. In our content party, if you go to molly.live, whoop, I skipped ahead. I was trying to move my screen, sorry. If you go to molly.live/party, we're walking through this framework using our favorite content writing tool, Jarvis, in order to streamline the whole process. So like today, I've already written the show notes that will be sent to you when you give us the word remind me. And those show notes, my team then can grab them and put them other places. If you're a solopreneur, just take the time to do that one action post a week, and then you can split it up. It saves you so much time. Okay, then the next thing is the P, which is for promotional posts. You do actually want to promote things. Newsflash, you're running a business. The last letter in this framework is the E, which is for engagement. And your engagement actually is things that you'll be posting just to get engagement. So that post that I did where I asked, ooh, we have this new secret way to work with friends list because they've changed. Do you want to know more? That's what we call a ladder post. And as you can see, we had 554 comments. So it clearly worked, right? You can also use things in this engagement option that are like, oh, I have a good example on our Instagram. Let me show you. Actually, just go look at my Instagram. There's a funny post where the husband's like, I don't remember what we did last week. And then the wife says, let me check my Facebook profile so that I can remember. But the only way we remember what's happening in our lives is because we posted about it on Facebook, which is funny, right? And then at the bottom of that, it said, is this you? We got all kinds of comments from people who said, yes, that's me, because we know our ideal client, right? Super funny. Okay, we're coming up on the last tip. I got to check our comments and questions, make sure we're all on. So the acronym is SHAPE, S-H-A-P-E. And I believe, Keith, there's a whole section on that in Camera Confidence. If it's not, maybe we'll add it. It might not be in there. Okay, so we're there. I love it. Ooh, Stephanie, I love your comment. It's good, it's good. Okay, hi Celestine, hello. Okay, moving to our last tip, which is review and analyze the data. Yesterday on our Glam call, we did a huge deep dive of Instagram. Some of you were there. We actually went 2.5 hours because I jumped into some Jarvis stuff also, and we just kept going. But one of the biggest things that we talked about was looking at the data. So for example, by looking at my Instagram data, which I am just now finally starting to focus on Instagram, I can see that I get more reach with my reels. It's reaching like 10 times as many people who are not followers. But what's not happening from that reach is we're not gaining as many new followers as I would like. It's a huge drastic discrepancy between the amount of accounts that we're reaching and the followers that we're getting. So I was like, duh, when I used to do TikTok videos, which I don't do anymore, but until now, I started doing a few. When I used to do TikTok videos, I would always say, follow if you want to see more, right? I would have a call to action about following, and I haven't been doing that in my reels because I've been focusing more on like fun, motivational stuff. But I need to add that call to action back in. And I wouldn't have realized that if I hadn't analyzed the data. So analyze the data. That's the end of my slides. Okay, so now at this point, you have these 9 key essentials. And what I want to do really quickly is I want to go back to the beginning, especially for those of you that maybe joined us a little late. I want to go back to the beginning and I'm going to go through all of these 9 key essentials so that you know what you need to have in place before you jump into putting your organic social media content planning and implementation into action. And as a little secret here, I'm going to tell you that this actually will allow you to watch my repurposing process. Because at this point, I'm going to come back in a minute and pick the nugget winners. I'm also going to clap so that our team can see the spike in the audio and they can grab just this little section and then use it for other videos. So we have YouTube videos that we put out that are a little recap. We call them the speedy recap on our team. They're the recap of the longer live streams. And we also have, oh my gosh, this looks kind of, oh wait, where are you watching? Okay, perfect. We are on YouTube. I got crazy 9 gems, totally cool, true. Okay, so the recap goes out onto YouTube. It also then becomes a little mini podcast. So if you missed it, we have a podcast called the Glam Go Live and Monetize podcast. And there's 2 of them. There's a longer version and then there's a briefing, which is awesome because then you can just go through and get these little quick tips. They're super fast, super quick. We love it. Okay, we're going back to the beginning. What is happening? We're going to go through all of these slides from the very top as I back my way through them. Ready? Ta-da! All right, I'm clapping, Vaughn, so that you can see this whole thing, and this is going to be my little speedy recap. Okay. Dude, if you are showing up on social media, you've noticed that organic reach has gone through a total cuckoo loop. So I just want to remind you that these strategies, these tactics, they come and go. And underneath it all, we have to have foundations in place to really optimize our organic reach. And then we can use cool things like messenger bots on Instagram, things like that. But underneath it all, those foundations do not change. So today I'm going to walk you through super quick these 9 essentials for your social media marketing when it comes to organic content. And if you're watching this video, even if you're watching this little recap, give me the hashtag nugget below because I'm going to pick somebody from this video to win a selfie light. So give us the hashtag nugget. You may be like, what is actually happening? How are you recording the video like this? And I am using the magic of B.live, who we love, and I'm using as a virtual camera. So if you want information on how to do that, just let us know below this video and I will record another video for you showing you how I created this video. Okay, the first key of your organic social is that you have to know who your ideal client is, the actual human being. Pick a human, write down their professional attributes, their personal attributes, their struggles and their dreams, and put it in one place so your whole team can find it. Write that down about at least 3 of your ideal clients, okay? Write it down, do the work. The next thing is, guess what? You have to actually know who you are. If you want to really be connecting with people organically on social, you have to know who you are before you start weaving you into your marketing. Think about Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. Think about Steve Jobs, Apple, right? We know things about them. The more we know about them, the more we love the product. But if you don't know you, you can't share you with anyone because you don't know you. So know you. Okay, then you got to nail down your value statement. And here is your value statement. I help or support this type of person to do this type of thing so they can do this type of thing without this type of thing. And we do this using our blah, blah, blah framework or method. Nail this down, memorize it, practice it, get on Clubhouse and say it on as many rooms as you possibly can, and weave it into your content. Stay consistent. It'll really help you. The next thing is you have to know your social media business objective and set clear goals. You want to have a super objective, which is the thing that goes across all of your business. And then you want to have clear goals for each of your marketing campaigns, for each of your platforms. In our GLAM program, we use what we call our GLAM Money Map messaging. And this Money Map messaging makes sure that your messaging for each step of your business is in line with what you want to do revenue-wise, with what you want to do impact-wise. It is real good. Okay, then you're going to create and optimize your profiles on all social media marketing platforms. Now you want to start with the places that your ideal client actually is and You also want to grab the ones that are the outliers. So like, I think I'm live on LinkedIn right now. Not 100% sure, but I think I am. LinkedIn has not been my number one platform. I still want to make sure that it's optimized because I know I have ideal clients that are there, right? So I've done my best to grab all these different social media platforms and optimize them so that they're all cohesive. Do that. This slide was a screen share that I forgot I left in here. So we're going to get to the next step, which is connect with other businesses and brands in your niche. Other businesses and brands in your niche. Really important because it tells the platforms that you're connected, and it's great market research. Then from there, you're going to take it one step further. This is tip number 7.5. You're going to set a daily practice for networking on those pages with those people in those groups. Not being a salesy weirdo, showing up, providing value, having real conversations with people. We have a very clear system for this called your STAR tasks. It is the number one needle mover in your organic reach, hands down. Also, you want to create a strategic, organic social media marketing plan. Now, we don't have time to go through the whole thing today, but we do have a framework. It's called the SHAPE framework. If you want to know what it is, give me the word SHAPE below. I'll get that to you. And it helps you to make sure that the content that's going out is a great balance between business, sales, and value, connection, and even entertainment that works well with the platform. Create that. All right. And then the final step is you want to review and analyze the data. This is what's going to teach you what actually works. We can have frameworks, we can have best practices, we can have strategies that we know are actually valuable, right? But we won't actually know what works until we actually put it out there, we test it, we see what was working, and we make little tweaks along the way. I love that Gay Hendricks was on our show recently, and he shared when a pilot goes to fly from LA to New York, the whole thing is based on correcting the mistakes, right? Correcting the misdirection. They don't have a perfect path. They start going, and as they start to veer in the air, they're making little teeny tiny adjustments the whole way. The same thing with a bird when it flies. You know, if you look up and you see those hawks that are out there, and we have a bald eagle in our neighborhood in Anaheim, which is so weird and amazing. And sometimes we'll see that bald eagle, and it's up there forever, it seems like. Not because it's working super hard and flapping its wings, because it launched its marketing campaign and then it's just taking in feedback, right? And making little adjustments, which is so cool. So you've got to do the same thing in your business as well. Get the foundations in place, learn how to fly, and then make those little adjustments once you put it out there. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So good, so good. Ari says, grateful for the promise of show notes. I promise you, I already wrote most of them, so they are going to be up super quick. We wait until after we do the video because we love to take little moments from the video and I'm always say things on the videos that I don't expect to say, so we're going to add those in, and then those show notes will be ready. So make sure you give us the word remind me in order to get those show notes. All right, this has been another speedy recap, by the way, with a little extra goodness in it, and we hope that you'll join us for our live videos as well. We are live on several places, usually on Wednesday mornings, and it's so good. It's so fun to be here with you. So I'm going to pick a nugget winner. I'm going to scroll through, picking our nugget winner right now. Oh my gosh, here's our nuggets. Oh my gosh, it is Rika. I'm so stoked that it's you. I don't know if you've won a selfie light before. She said, Nugget, sometimes unbranded content goes viral more than branded content. So good and so true. So that is awesome. All you have to do is send us an email at molly@thepreparedperformer, and that should include your address, and we'll send you a selfie light in the mail, which is so good. Yay! I'm so glad that you're here. Hooray! Awesome. Okay, and one final shout out to B.Live, who makes all of this possible. If you go to thepreparedperformer.com, which is my company, thepreparedperformer.com/BeLive, and you use the code Molly, sorry, just one word, MOLLY, you'll get 30% off of your annual subscription, and you can do videos like this. Oh, it's so fun. Yay, amazing. Okay, so good. And yes, Elizabeth, thank you so much for being here. Molly@thepreparedperformer.com is the email address. Hooray. Yay, 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 so good. Man, I just want to say a personal note. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your patience when I'm freaking out, running up and down the stairs and yelling at my husband, who I now need to call and apologize to because it wasn't his fault. I was like, I just need communication about the fact that this is happening. And he was like, I could not know that this is going to happen. Did I know? But hey, what a benefit that was, though, because I think this is actually a good place to do videos. Right? What do you think? Should we move my camera up a tiny bit more? That changed the white balance also because we didn't get as much as the roof. I bet oh my gosh, watch this. I can move it up on here. Do we like that better? I got to play with it. Oh my gosh, you know what else I just realized? I've got this, so I can like totally change it around. Maybe I'll start doing more videos from the living room and kick everybody out of the house. This is just my living room, which is just randomly looking like a video set. Who knew? It was already here. Okay, yeah, and Kevin, the shape, if you guys want that shape framework, I'm going to write it out into the show notes as well, so you'll be able to see it there. And as a reminder, as we're wrapping this up, all of this stuff is amazing, right? Like I do have to say, the content today is super helpful for you, and it's just the beginning. So if you really want to put this into action, we have an amazing program where we can help to offer mentorship for you, accountability, to help make sure that your content is strategically optimized to really drive more revenue, to be able to increase your visibility. And I would love to support you in that. So we have some openings happening next month. So if you're interested in that, just send me a little message and let me know because I'm here. Okay. And thanks so much. This is so fun. I know. I really think I'm going to move to the living room at all times. And the air conditioner works down here. Imagine that. All right. As always, it is my absolute pleasure to be here with you. My name is Molly Mahoney. I have a company called The Prepared Performer, where we help experts and influencers and entrepreneurs just like you to be able to grow and monetize their visibility and turn their message into a revenue generating movement. Today, we're doing it with the magic of Be Live. I love being here with the Be Live fam every week or when we are here. It's been kind of crazy this summer, but we get here as often as we can. And I'm just so grateful for you. So thanks so much for being a part of the fam. And if you'd like more support, let me know. I'm here. We have an awesome team of coaches, and I just love, love, love helping you to get your stuff out there, to elevate your awesome and change the world, because I know that's what you're doing. All right. Talk to you soon.